Now you're probably most famous, obviously, for your horror comics and your fascination with horror. What got you started with that?
I was just a fan since I was a little kid. My parents tried to get me to read normal books, and I didn't care about them. All I wanted to do was read like creepy and eerie. And I think the first novel I actually read was I Am Legend by Richard Matheson.
Oh,
and
cool!
It just got my attention when I was a really little kid, and I've loved it ever since.
All right. Is there? Would you say there's maybe a movie that inspired you the most out of anything else?
Yeah, probably Night of the Living Dead. I really like the original Romero one because I liked it, one, because it was scary as hell, and two, that he made it for, like $10, in Pittsburgh with his friends. Like, he did it outside the Hollywood system and just did it his way. And, I've always been really into kind of that do-it-yourself attitude. So
that's excellent. Now, another thing you've done some work with Batman in the Gotham After Midnight series. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, well, that was really fun. I got to do that with Kelly Jones, and they let us do 12 issues, and it was nice because it was at the time when I guess Batman was dead, and I guess he's not dead anymore or something. But and they let us just do the traditional continuity, which is just Batman, Commissioner Gordon, Bruce Wayne. It was just. It was just so. It was just a lot of fun to work with Kelly Jones. So we just tried to do something where we had like every single villain that we could think of, and plus created a new one. So that was really fun. And it was the second time I had done one a couple years earlier called Gotham County Line with Scott Hampton, and I got in a bunch of trouble on the websites because I gave Batman a jetpack. So and it was actually I was like. Guy's a gazillionaire,
Yeah, why shouldn't he have a jetpack?
I know, it's like he has a hang glider, I think,
He's got shark repellent.
I know, exactly. And it was really funny because it turned out that Jim Lee pulled me aside at a convention. He goes, the only mistake you made was not putting the Batman emblem on the jetpack. So nice. If anybody looks really carefully when they're reading Gotham After Midnight, there's a scene in the background with Alfred putting the emblem on the jetpack.
Nice.
So for those people who got so mad at me, I corrected my mistake. So.
Well, would you like to talk a little bit about the work you've done on F.E.A.R. 3? Because that's a huge thing these days is the F.E.A.R. games.
Well, that was really fun. I've been playing the games. I had already played 1 and 2, and actually I just finished part 2 when they came to me and wanted me to do the game. So I don't know how many people know, but 2 ends on a really bizarre cliffhanger.
Yeah. I actually haven't played the game.
Yeah, so. It's a really strange cliffhanger. So I thought that was great, and I immediately said yes. I'd love to do it. And I, at the time, I had literally been working on a movie with John Carpenter, and it had just fallen through.
I'd heard about that.
Yeah, we were working on a movie, and it was sort of one of those situations where we both kind of walked. It just was not. It wasn't happening, and he and I had become friends, and we called each other and we're like, you know what? This sucks. Let's leave. And
well, it's good that you can end something like that on that note.
Yeah. It was not. I was glad he agreed. So, and he went off, and he's just wrapping a new movie, but. I called him and said, I knew he was a big video game fan because we talked a lot about that. So I just said, you want to help me write this video game?
There you go.
He signed right on, and it was just a blast. We were literally sitting around with one of my heroes, trying to think of ways to scare people.
Hey,
so
you can't do anything more fun than that.
No. That pretty much. I'm pretty much ready to die. So,
Now,